Begaye. Per the Chicago Tribune, in this day and age, all tribal nations still battle insensitive references to our people. The prejudice that Native American people face is an unfortunate historical legacy. He noted that the Navajo Nation is still honored by Monday's White House ceremony. Norwood. Per NBC, the reference is using a historic American Indian figure as a derogatory insult, and that's insulting to all American Indians. The president should stop using our historical people of significance as a racial slur against one of his opponents. National Congress of American Indians. Per NBC, we regret that the president's use of the name Pocahontas as a slur to insult a political adversary is overshadowing the true purpose of today's White House ceremony. Today was about recognizing the remarkable courage and invaluable contributions of our Native Code Talkers. Mick Mulvaney, named by President Trump as acting director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, is listed in that role on the CFPB website. He also sits atop the organizational chart on this site. Why it matters. Leandra English, outgoing director Richard Cordray's pick to lead the agency, listed here as deputy director, has filed suit claiming she is legally the agency's director. The CFPB's general counsel has sided with Mulvaney's claim. Here's our breakdown of that legal dispute. Sen. John McCain says he's undecided on the Senate tax bill, scheduled for a committee vote Tuesday, and has concerns about a lot of things in the plan, the Wall Street Journal's Richard Rubin reports. As Axios' Jonathan Swan has noted, McCain, Bob Corker and Jeff Flake all have reservations on the bill, and none are beholden to Trump or Republican leadership. Flashback: McCain tanked the Republican healthcare bill with a no vote over the summer. White House Budget Director Mick Mulvaney, who Trump recently named as acting director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, said Monday that he's implementing a 30-day freeze on hiring and rulemaking following his arrival at the WCAG agency. Mulvaney also continued his feud with Leandra English, former director Richard Cordray's pick to run the bureau, who met with Democratic senators on the Hill today. I haven't met her. In the ordinary world, if you don't call, you don't show, you don't have a job the next day, he said. But I'm not sure how it works here. Earlier today, he told staff to disregard any instructions from Ms. English. She has filed a lawsuit claiming the post is legally hers. Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn's lawyer met with special counsel Robert Mueller's team Monday, ABC News reports. It's the latest sign that the two parties are brokering a plea deal. The backdrop: Flynn, who was ousted from his White House post after he discussed U.S. sanctions with then-Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak, has been a focus of Mueller's Russia probe. The New York Times reported Thursday that Flynn's lawyers have cut ties with Trump's lawyers, another sign that Flynn is cooperating with Mueller, or plans to. The Post confronted Phillips. Here's how it happened. She said she met Moore in 1992, the year he became a county judge. She said she was 15. She said they started a secret UAL relationship. She said that she got pregnant, that Moore talked her into an abortion, and that he drove her to Mississippi to get it. Phillips also repeatedly asked the reporter to guarantee her that Moore would lose the election if she came forward. Alice Kreitz, a Post researcher who was looking into Phillips' background, found the document that strongly reinforced the reporter's suspicions. It was on the website GoFundMe.com under the name Jamie Phillips. I'm moving to New York, the May 29 appeal said. I've accepted a job to work in the conservative media movement to combat the lies and deceit of the liberal MSM. Yeah, I was looking to take a job last summer in New York, but it fell through, Phillips said. Yeah, it was going to be with the Daily Caller, but it ended up falling through, so I wasn't able to do it. Paul Connor, executive editor of the Daily Caller, told the Post none of us has interviewed a woman by the name Jamie Phillips. Worth noting, earlier in November, an Alabama pastor received a voicemail from someone posing as a Washington Post reporter and offering money in exchange for damaging information about Roy Moore. Go deeper. The story from the Washington Post with video. When two people hold different beliefs, there is a tendency not only to recognize a difference of opinion but also to denigrate the mind of one's opposition, the study's authors wrote, per the Post. Because another person's mind cannot be experienced directly, its quality must be inferred from indirect cues. How they did it: 3 experiments were conducted to expose volunteers to topics they would have strong feelings about, such as war, abortion, and, the Post reported. The participants were then asked to judge the people explaining their argument. Researchers found people were less likely to find someone mentally incapable someone whose argument they listened to compared to one they read. The GOP tax bill will not produce enough economic growth to pay for itself, which will add to the federal deficit, according to a report by the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. The report analyzes a series of estimates by both right and left-leaning groups. Why this matters: the future of the tax bill likely hinges on whether Senate deficit hawks can get on board with increasing the debt in the next decade. The report suggests that the choice for members like Sens. Bob Corker or Jeff Flake is to either hope for an unrealistic growth scenario, decide tanking the bill isn't worth it, or vote against the cuts. White House Budget Director Mick Mulvaney has taken charge of the CFPB and he has the cooperation of the staff. The legal outline shows very clearly who is in charge of that agency. Law is extremely clear, she said, but legal analysts and U.S. senators are in disagreement over whether Mulvaney or Leandra English should lead the CFPB. Does Trump doubt the authenticity of the Access Hollywood tape? This was answered during the election by the overwhelming support for the president. The president hasn't changed his position. Trump is not planning any trip to Alabama to campaign for Roy Moore.